It's worth kicking off on the CSR, its impact on transport for the region. Did this region come out of it well, or did it do fairly badly?
I don't think there was any prospect that it was ever going to be easy, to be honest. I think, though, we're moving into a completely new world, and in many ways that's desperately exciting. Certainly the local authorities in Sheffield City Region are really keen to get going on our local enterprise partnership and are mindful that transport's a key underpinning enabler really of economic growth. But I think that there's a real willingness to embrace the change and to let the private sector be the people who really now start to make the move and show how we can generate sustainable private sector growth in a way that I think local authorities may have wished to do in the past but haven't been as easily enabled as they are now.
What's your feelings in terms of your industry, buses? What's your assessment of the announcement?
Well, the bus industry held its breath over the summer. In particular, the grant of fuel duty, known as Bus Services Operators Grant, was potentially at risk. Now, it has a very important role, does that grant. It effectively helps bus operators invest, keep costs lower, etc. Without it, there's an impact on fares potentially. So overall, we were relatively pleased, almost as a sigh of relief, that we know that grant is not affected now until 2012 by approximately 20%. That's still a challenge looking ahead, but it could have been significantly worse.
I think David's got a real challenge to balance all this out.
Yeah, I think there's clearly a lot going on. If you look at not just the funding element, but also the changes in governance, so the introductions of local enterprise partnerships, pressures on local government funding, so resource funding, ongoing funding is a significant issue. So not only will we have less money to spend on schemes, either small or large, effectively the people and the resources to manage and do that is going to be dramatically reduced as well. So for me, it's a time where we need to be absolutely clear in the city region about what the priorities, both in policies and in infrastructure schemes are. Make the argument according to the rules about economic impact. Make sure that all of the stakeholders are aligned behind that, and then prioritise the resources into those, rather than continuing to try and do all the things we've done in the past.
There's a great example here in Sheffield that's done, which is Sheffield Station. That was a project that was public and private partnership. It was 12 different funding sources, which is probably what we're going to need to do going forward, is pooling. And it's actually not just a transport project, but it's about economic. It's an economic driver, creating a real gateway to the city, stimulating development in that part of the city centre, and it's been a tremendous success. So, you know, it can be done. There's an opportunity. It's not just a problem.